Hello and welcome to another part of this chapter graph theory. In this part we shall discuss about Euler graph and Hamiltonian cycle. Before that we consider some definitions. The first definition we shall use here is walk or chain. So this is the definition of walk or chain: and alternative sequence of vertices and edges starting and ending with vertices such that each edge is adjacent to preceding and following vertices is called a walk or chain. So walk or chain is an alternative sequence of vertices and edges. So first we shall consider one vertex, then an edge, then again one vertex, edge, vertex, edge. Considering this way, we shall finish with one vertex. So let us give one example here. If we consider this graph with 5 vertices and 7 edges, so let us find one walk or chain of this graph. Now it is given that a walk starts with a vertex. So we can select any vertex first. Suppose we are selecting V1. Then we shall select one edge, but we shall select those edges which are incident to this vertex. Suppose we are selecting E1. So V1, E1, and then we select V2. Next we select E2. Then suppose V3, E3, V4, E3, V4. Then suppose we select E7, V2. So E7, V2. Then suppose E6, V5, E6, V5. So this is an example of walk, because this is an alternative sequence of vertices and edges starting and ending with vertices such that each edge is adjacent to its preceding vertex and the following vertex. So this is an example of a walk or chain. Now from this graph we can find a number of walks or chains. Next we define trail. So what is trail? A walk where no edge is repeated is called a trail. Now we have already considered one walk. Now we can get different types of walk from this graph. Now if we find a walk such that there is no edge which is repeated, then this type of walk is called a trail. Now if we consider this walk, then we find that the edges are E1, E2, E3, E7, E6. So no edge is repeated. Therefore this walk is also a trail. So remember that a walk where no edge is repeated is called a trail. The next definition is path. A walk where no vertex is repeated is called a path. Now we have already defined trail. Trail is that walk where no edge is repeated, and path is those walk where no vertex is repeated. Now if we consider this example, then we find that this is not a path. Also this is a walk, but this is not a path because the vertex V2 is repeated, because the vertex V2 appears 2 times, so it is repeated. Therefore this is not a path. Now if we want to find one path from this graph, then we can give an example of path, that is from V1, E1, V2, E6, V5. So this is an example of a path. Now in short, this path is denoted by V1 to V5. Now here we find that no vertex is repeated. So therefore this is an example of path. Also if we look carefully, we shall find that no edge is repeated. Therefore this is also a trail. If no vertex is repeated in a walk, then automatically no edge is repeated. Therefore every path is a trail, but the converse is not true, because every trail is not a path. Here we find that this is a path, so definitely this will be a trail. But this is a trail, but this is not a path because the vertex V2 is repeated. Next we define length of a path. The number of edges in a path is called length of that path. So if we consider this path, then we find that the number of edges in this path is only 2. So length of this path is 2. So number of edges in a path is called the length of the path. The next definition is circuit. A closed trail is called a circuit. Now a closed trail means the initial and the terminal vertices are same. So if we find a trail such that the initial and the terminal vertices are same, then this type of trail is called a circuit. So let us find one circuit. If we consider this closed trail from V1 to E1 to V2, then from V2 to E6 to V5, then from V5 to E5 to V1. So starting from this vertex, we finish again at this vertex V1. So this is a closed trail because no edge is repeated. Therefore, this is an example of a circuit. Next, we define cycle. This is the definition of a cycle. A closed path where the initial and the terminal vertices are same is called a cycle. Actually, a closed path is called a cycle. But we know that in a path, no vertex is repeated. Therefore, in a cycle, excluding the initial and the terminal vertices which are the same, no other vertex is repeated. So any closed path is called a cycle. So let us find one cycle here. If we consider this closed path from V1 to E1 to V2 to E6 to V5 to E5 to V1, actually starting from V1 to V2 to V5 to V1 again. So this is a closed path because in this path no vertex is repeated except for the initial and the terminal vertices which are the same. Therefore, this is a closed path. So this is an example of a cycle. Now we have already shown that this is also an example of a circuit. Now remember that every cycle is a circuit, but the converse is not true. Every circuit may not be a cycle. The next definition is distance between vertices. The distance between two vertices Vi and Vj is denoted by d of Vi, Vj and is defined as the length of the shortest path between the vertices. So distance between two vertices Vi and Vj, this is denoted by d of Vi, Vj. So distance between Vi and Vj is denoted by d of Vi, Vj, and it is the length of the shortest path between the vertices. So let us give one example here. If we consider this graph having 6 vertices and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 number of edges. So if we want to find the distance between any two vertices, then we have to find the length of the shortest path between the vertices. As for example, if we want to find the distance between the vertices V1 and V3, then we find that there are two paths from V1 to V3, one via V2 and another via V4. So the length of the path from V1 to V3 is 1, 1, 2. So distance between V1 and V3 is 2. Similarly, if we want to find the distance between V1 and V5, then we find that there are number of paths between V1 and V5. If we consider this path from V1 to V4 to V3 to V5, then the length of this path is 3. If we consider this path from V1 to V2 to V3 to V5, again this path has length 3. But if we consider this path from V1 to V2 to V5, then the length of this path is 2 because there are only 2 edges in this path. So this is the shortest distance between the vertices V1 and V5. The length of this path is 2. So the distance between V1 and V5 is 2. So remember that the distance between any two vertices of a graph is the length of the shortest path between the vertices. Next we define diameter of a graph. Now it is defined as the largest value of the distances of a graph is called the diameter of the graph, and it is denoted by diam g, that means diameter of the graph g. It is the maximum of the distance between any two vertices. So if we compute the distances between any two vertices of a graph, then out of the distances which is maximum is called the diameter of the graph. As for example, if we consider this graph, then we find that the maximum distances we can find between any two vertices is 3. As for example, distances between V1 and V6 is 3. Similarly, distances between V4 and V6, this is 3. Now if we compute the distances between any two vertices, then we shall find that this 3 is maximum, because for any pair of other vertices the distances are either 1 or 2. So this 3 is the maximum distance between any two vertices of this graph. So diameter of this graph is 3. Next we define Euler line. Now this is the definition of Euler line. A trail is called an Euler line of a graph G if it contains every edge of the graph. So for a graph, if we find a trail in such a manner that it contains every edge of the graph. Now we know that a trail is that arc where no edge is repeated, and in an Euler line it includes every edge of the graph. So an Euler line is that trail which includes every edge of the graph exactly once. So let us give one example. As for example, if we consider this graph with 5 vertices and 5 edges, so let us find one Euler line of this graph. We know that Euler line is a trail where no edge is repeated and it includes every edge of the graph. If we consider this trail, now starting from V5, E5, V3, E2, V2, E1, V1, E4, V4, E3, V3. That means starting from V5, from V5 to V3, from V3 to V2, then from V2 to V1, from V1 to V4, and then from V4 to V3. So if we consider this trail, then this is a trail because no edge is repeated in this trail and it includes every edge of the graph. Therefore, this is an example of Euler line of the graph. Again, if we consider this trail from V3 to V2 to V1 to V4 to V3 to V5, then this is again an Euler line. Next we define Euler circuit. A circuit is called Euler circuit if it contains every edge of the graph. We know that a closed trail is called a circuit, and if this circuit contains every edge of the graph, then it is called Euler circuit. Now if we consider this graph, then we find that this graph contains no Euler circuit, because you can't find any circuit which contains every edge of this graph. So this graph has no Euler circuit. So let us give one example of Euler circuit. If we consider this graph, then we find that if we consider one circuit here from V1 to V2 to V3 to V4 to V1, then this is a circuit because no edge is repeated here, and also it includes every edge of the graph. Therefore, this is an example of Euler circuit. Next one is Euler graph. A graph is called Euler graph if it contains Euler circuit. Now as I have discussed that this graph contains Euler circuit, but this graph does not have any Euler circuit. So this is an example of Euler graph, but this graph is not an Euler graph. Next we define Hamiltonian path. A path is called Hamiltonian path if it contains every vertex of the graph. So if we consider this graph, then let us find one Hamiltonian graph. Now remember that in Hamiltonian graph, it is not necessary to cover all the edges, but we must cover every vertex of the graph. So if we consider one path here from V4 to V1 to V2 to V3 to V5, then this is a path because no vertex is repeated, and also it includes every vertex of the graph. Therefore, this is an example of Hamiltonian path. So if we consider this path from V4, E4, V1, E1, V2, E2, V3, E5, V5, then this is the path. Then in this path, no vertex is repeated, and also it includes every vertex of the graph. So this is an example of Hamiltonian path. The final definition of this part is Hamiltonian cycle or Hamiltonian circuit. Now it is defined as a cycle is called Hamiltonian cycle if it includes every vertex of the graph. We know that a cycle is a closed path where no vertex is repeated except for the initial and the terminal vertices which are same. Now if we find a cycle in such a manner that it includes every vertex of the graph, then this cycle is called Hamiltonian cycle or circuit. Now if we consider this graph, then we find that we can't find any closed path or cycle which includes every vertex of this graph. So this graph contains no Hamiltonian cycle. But if we consider this graph, then if we consider one closed path from V1 to V4 to V3 to V2 to V1, then this is a closed path because except for the first and the last vertices which are same as V1, no other vertex is repeated, and also it includes every vertex of the graph. Therefore, this is an example of Hamiltonian cycle. So if we consider this cycle or closed path, then we find that except for the first and last vertices which are same, no other vertex is repeated, and also it includes every vertex of the graph. So this is an example of Hamiltonian cycle or Hamiltonian circuit. So with this we complete this part. So see you in the next part. Until then, thanks for watching.